Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's do it. We are going live. We are live. What an exciting day, ladies and gentlemen. What an exciting day. For the third day in a row, we are live on GBFC in the afternoon. Let me just lower this a little bit. I'm actually so annoyed because I just literally missed my Amazon delivery again. For the second time today, they tried to deliver it and couldn't get in the flipping building. So the microphone might go off again, but we've ordered all of the new audio stuff. It is kicking off. Ladies and gentlemen, it is kicking off in the Chelsea transfer sphere. And I'm going to make sure that we are here for the next sort of hour and a half or so to talk about everything with you guys, to get what you guys are feeling and thinking. We've already posted 2 videos today, which is kind of the theme at the moment. We're doing multiple videos, morning, lunchtime, and then a nice little evening live stream. Slightly earlier today, though. Slightly earlier because there also might be another video. Why do you have a crown when you chat? Because you chat often. So you are right now considered the top fan, which I don't like the word fan, but you are the top commenter. Thank you, Flashback. Appreciate it. Welcome to all of you joining the stream. We are going to just wait a couple more minutes and we're going to go through everything Chelsea related. Wow. Interesting news regarding Renato Vega is coming out right now as well. Let's take a look at that first. Because Chelsea were thinking that we were about to sell Renato Vega to Atletico Madrid, but it looks as though that is now on hold. This is the latest there. Atletico Madrid are pushing to get David Hanko deal done in the next hours, while Feyenoord request is below Chelsea's request for Renato Vega. At the moment, Hanko deal is financially easier for Atleti. Meanwhile, Chelsea insist on €40 million package for Renato Vega. Now, what's going to be difficult here for Chelsea is that Renato Vega was very keen on Atletico Madrid, as he would be, playing under Diego Simeone, Champions League club, probably going to be a starting centre-back for Atletico Madrid at the moment. So this is a very favourable deal for Renato Vega, but now Hanko is available cheaper, and the fee that is being reported for David Hanko is €34 million, so 6 million less than what Chelsea are asking for. Atletico Madrid were interested in Hanko a year ago, and it looks as though they have pivoted towards him in the transfer market this year too. Which is not great news for Chelsea right now. It's not ideal. But that is the first story that we're going to go into. I think this is more Hansko. All right, my bad for my pronunciation. But yeah, this is a bit of a problem because Atletico Madrid were seemingly very keen. And this is going to happen, guys. You've also got to remember that Chelsea have their price for the players. It is still, well, I mean, it's getting on a bit in July now, but we've still got a month and a bit left of the window. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to let a few more people join in before we talk about the incoming news, which I think everybody is very excited today about the potential incomings. Thank you, AVI Juan, who is now the #1 fan, for the donation. Thanks for making my ride to work less boring with the morning videos. It's kind of what we're going for, you know, set the tone for the day. If you guys choose to tune in, yeah, that's correct, to GBFC first thing in the morning, and shout out to all of you. Vega deal on hold. Yes, guys. What's going to happen to big Benny Chilwell? He's probably going to be sold, but the question is, the buyer is who? Who's my favourite Chelsea player? Right now, it's difficult There's a lot of players I love. I've always been a huge Reece James fan, but Cole is just Cole, you know? Caicedo's Caicedo. Marco Correa. João Pedro's made a very big impact on me very early doors here. We need a goalkeeper. So I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. If you don't, link is in the description, I think. If not, it's just at Mr. George Benson. I'm telling you now, right? Donnarumma's going to go to AC Milan on loan. Chelsea are going to sign Mike Maignan. That's what's going to happen. And if we don't, then we don't. Simple as that. All right, we're nearly 1,000 of you already in the first 5.5 minutes of this stream. Mega. So this is the latest regarding Jorrel Hato. More on Jorrel Hato and Chelsea. Exclusive story. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Understand Hato said yes to Chelsea project and personal terms are already on the verge of being agreed. Club-to-club talks underway with Ajax. This would be a big one. A big signing for Chelsea because we've needed that Marco Correa backup. And also, a lot of people are saying that Jorrel Hato is the next Virgil van Dijk. And I know what you're thinking, but he's a left-back, Benson. Centre-back, left-back. He does both. Hato ranked inside the top 20 of Golden Boy Award ahead of Lenny Yoro, who's also a very good player. Fabrizio Romano does indeed have the whole footballing world at his fingertips. We are literally waiting and hanging off of every word that this guy says. But it's not just Chelsea fans. There's football fans all over the world. He's got to be one of the most famous people in the world, Fabrizio Romano. Considering how many people love football, considering the dopamine that comes with transfers. Yep. Hato captained an Ajax game at the age of 17. Look, Ajax are a great football club. And Jorrel Hato is one of their best players right now. And he has got a very, very bright future. Whether it's Chelsea, I've also heard a little something today that maybe Liverpool go in for Hato now too, now that Chelsea are being aggressive. But considering Liverpool have already signed Milos Kerkesh, I think if Chelsea want this done, we can get this done. How likely is it that we sign Xavi Simons? Right now, I'm going to say a 4 out of 5. It looks good. Like the big concern, and we're going to go into this in a minute, the big concern at the moment is Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich could easily come in at this point and just offer him something ridiculous. But if Xavi Simons does want the Premier League, then great. So this is also Jorrel Hato's agent. Jorrel Hato's agent confirms exclusive story on Chelsea now in talks. Yes, it's true. Chelsea have contacted Ajax. The only thing I can say is that Jorrel is now in talks with Chelsea. Bayern could drive the price up. Yeah, and that's the thing. Maybe Chelsea, if the price goes up, remember, we are also interested in Morgan Rogers. And they play in a very similar position, if not the same position. And they'll be looked at in the same vein and the same light from Chelsea. So if that's the case, potentially Chelsea might turn their attentions to Morgan Rogers if the price for Xavi Simons goes higher. Official club-to-club contacts. Hato understood to be keen on the move. I think the Jorrel Hato move, for me, is more likely than going for Xavi Simons at this point. Although there's nothing to suggest that things have gone wrong for Xavi Simons to Chelsea. Understand Chelsea are advancing in talks with Simons on personal terms. Xavi keen on the move and open to joining Chelsea. Direct talks in progress to agree contract details and terms. Chelsea want to be fast ahead of club-to-club talks with Leipzig. Now, obviously, Chelsea want to be fast because we are anticipating a move from Bayern Munich. But then also here, based on the idea that Bayern do go in for him, sources are confident Chelsea can strike a deal to sign Simons, but they are also retaining interest in Garnacho and Morgan Rogers. Can we play Jackson as goalkeeper and Sanchez as centre forward? Mate, you need to stop drinking whatever it is you're drinking right now. Elise 2.0, we can't match those high Bayern wages. Well, maybe that is the case. Maybe that happens. Let me just quickly grab my water from the desk. One sec. Maybe that is true. $70 million is expensive for Morgs. Well, I mean, look, Premier League tax, mate. We've got to remember that too. How much would I buy Hato for? I think 40 million is fair. People are saying that this kid is going to be the next Van Dijk, for goodness sake. And he can play left back, can play left centre back. 19 years old. He already looks like the real deal. Incredibly comfortable on the ball. And Chelsea do need some cover in those positions. So I think Jorrel Hato is by far the best player that I've seen on the market and available for Chelsea this summer. So it's looking good at the moment. Looking good. I'm just going to quickly scroll through. Yeah, this is also the latest regarding Bayern Munich. Chelsea start club-to-club talks for Simons. An offer is expected soon. However, Bayern have held calls today about the situation of Simons. Let's see if and how they respond. So, Florian Plettenberg has been very much on the ball, the Sky reporter from Germany, regarding this transfer for Xavi Simons to Chelsea. So, his latest tweet here says this. In the last hours, Leipzig and Chelsea have started club-to-club talks. Chelsea have informed Leipzig they want to sign Simons, and Leipzig now expect the first offer soon. So, this is basically how it goes for Chelsea right now, is that we will have spoken to Xavi Simons. We would see if we can afford his wages through his agent. If that's the case, which it seems like it is, then Chelsea will then go ahead and pursue him with RB Leipzig. If it wasn't going to be possible to agree personal terms, Chelsea won't waste their time bidding for the player. Chelsea want to move quickly to stay ahead of other clubs. Let's see if Bayern respond, as Bayern have held calls about Xavi today to understand his situation. But remember, Chelsea wanted Xavi Simons in 2014 when Xavi Simons was 12 years old. Which is wild. Wild. And he's a La Masia Barcelona Academy player. Vega on hold. Are we seeing updates on that right now? Yeah, I mean, Atletico Madrid are not going to say they're pulling out yet, because until they've got the Hansko deal done, they will not pull out. Madrid going for the cheaper option. I mean, look, the price is not that different, but let's see. Vega will be the biggest regret this window. I mean, that's also a conversation to be had as well, because as much as we can be happy with the price for Renato Vega, which, to be fair, if we do get £35 million, that is nearly 40 million quid that we would have made from a £12 million signing 1 year ago from FC Basel. So if that's the case, it's great money, but also there's a really good player in there. Really good player. Any news on Lukiba? I spoke about that in the second video, the lunchtime video. I spoke about Lukiba. But I'm not sure if that's actually going to materialize. But the good thing is, there is obviously a good relationship between, or there is a relationship building if it's not already good, which it should be because of Nkunku. A deal for Chukwuemeka and for Xavi Simons means that Chelsea are in contact with Leipzig already if we were to go back in for him. So it looks as though Hansko's move to Atletico Madrid has killed Chelsea's ability to sell Renato Vega. So hopefully now, regarding Vega, Juventus come back in for him. Obviously, we spoke too about the João Felix to Benfica story this morning. Benfica is still working on the deal. Just scrolling through now. Interestingly too, Mike Maignan not in the squad for AC Milan, who beat Arsenal on penalties, which is just unbelievable. Supposed to be a full stadium because Arsenal are such a big club. Supposed to be able to sell out anywhere they go in the world, but they didn't do that, did they? And they got beaten by AC Milan. I'm telling you now, Mike Maignan will still be a Chelsea player. Hugo Ekitike signs at Liverpool. Medical done. Contract until 2031. The fee is 82.5 million euros plus 12.5 million in bonuses. Highest transfer for a French footballer after Mbappe, Dembele, Griezmann and Pogba. Hugo Ekitike is heading to Hong Kong tonight for the tour. Arsenal won. I just saw the penalty shootout and it looks like they lost. How did I get that wrong? Literally, I was just reading about it. How the hell did I... Wait, what? I'm so confused. I swear I was reading that from the Arsenal account. Okay, so Arsenal won the game, but they did a penalty shootout practice. Okay, fine. Fine. So I wasn't wrong, technically. So they kept a clean sheet against AC Milan. Fair play, Arsenal. Well done. Enjoy your trophy. All right, we've got 1,400 of you in here within 20 minutes on this Wednesday afternoon. What are my expectations from Liam Delap? I think Delap's going to have to share the minutes. And I think this competition that we're going to have for places up top for Chelsea, regardless of what happens with Xavi Simons coming to Chelsea, I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to only bode well for us moving forward. But I do think the more we see this window develop, the more I genuinely believe we're going to see Nicholas Jackson leave, which I don't want to see happen. I think I've made that pretty clear. But I do think Jackson might go. Kepa debut. Need this Hato deal done ASAP. Be nice. It would be very nice indeed. I mean, it's entirely up to Atletico Madrid. If they think that it's too expensive to pay an extra 6 million euros and they'd rather go with Hansko, remember they wanted him last year too, so... Oh, it's so annoying. They're going to now deliver my flipping... What's it called? They're going to deliver my microphone stuff tomorrow. It's annoying. But anyway, still good news on the Xavi Simons front. We haven't got it done yet, but we're still not hearing anything serious about Bayern Munich. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know if that's true, but apparently Jorrel Hato rejected Man United because he wants Chelsea. I don't know if that's even remotely true, to be honest. It's not from the best source. Looks like Atletico Madrid are moving quickly with Hansko. No one's going to pay 70 mil for Nicholas Jackson. I mean, do you actually think Chelsea, if an offer came in for 60, what do you think Chelsea would do? I don't know if they would say no. Let's go through and have a little look at any other news here. Because there was one story that I didn't speak about in the video earlier today, which I'm not going to lie, I'm not too happy about it. But then I also can't complain based on everything we know. So let's talk about this now. So this is coming from Sky Sports this morning that Fulham are interested in Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, exploring loan or a permanent deal. I really like Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall as a footballer. I think in terms of like being a liked member of the squad, he's there. I think he's been very useful going forward for Chelsea. Defensively, seeing out games, I think he's been a really good substitution. And I think when it comes to Maresca's game management, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, as much as he might not be like a shiny toy in the squad, for want of better terms, I think he's a really good squad player. And I think you also cannot underestimate players that don't complain that they're not playing, but come on and do a good job. We don't just want to have people there just to like make sure everyone shuts up and doesn't say anything bad. But you need players in there that are just happy to be a part of it and be useful in various roles if and when called upon. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall is a very useful footballer if we're chasing the game or defending a result. So I would not be selling Dewsbury-Hall this summer, even with the midfield depth that we've got, right? You've got some young players in there that are risky. You've got Lavia that just cannot stay fit, and I'll be honest, as much as I would love him to, I can't say that I'm confident he will. I want him to, but what do you guys think about Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall? I'm going to put a poll up here because I think it's a debate for sure. Get involved with the poll if you can. Okay, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. And then we have keep, sell. Simple poll. Get involved if you can. Nearly 1,500 people in the stream right now. Make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to GBFC. You can't comment unless you're subscribed. Subscribers only. People are losing their shit at my tweet about Donnarumma. Trophy winner. I mean, he's won 2 trophies and he had a very big part to play in the Conference League and was very useful also in the Club World Cup final too. Do I think it's wise to loan out Esteval? Nah. You don't need to do that, man. We're going to need players, bro. You got to remember, just because we're signing loads of players right now, if you actually work it out when it comes to the squad depth, I was actually doing this earlier because I think it's important to look and see. And if we do lose Mark Guiu, I think Guiu's going to go on loan. I actually suggested last night on X that we send him to Coventry. Maybe we send him to Ajax. Maybe that could be something that Chelsea explore with the Jorrel Hato deal. Maybe we send them a couple of young players on loan. I would love it if Mark Guiu and Tyreek George went on loan to Ajax. I think that would be a fantastic move for both players. So get involved with the poll. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, keep or sell? The news and the latest is that Fulham want Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. 60% of you are saying keep, 40% are saying sell. 60 plus games potentially. We've also got to think about the knock-on effect of being in that Club World Cup already. There's been a lot of minutes on those legs of a lot of our players so far. So let's jump now back into things. Club to club very soon with Xavi Simons. Hato wanted by several clubs, but he would be very keen to join Chelsea. Watch this space for Liverpool. One detail I can add is that Chelsea and Ajax have great relations, and there could be room to discuss more players like young Chelsea players going on loan there. Ajax are famous for developing talents. Hato's agent, Humphrey Neiman. Yes, the club, Chelsea, has contacted Ajax. The only thing I can say is that Jorrel is now going to talk to Chelsea. There he is. Ajax is number 4. And Bobby Vincent said this. I don't know if this is entirely true, but it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Simons has always dreamed of a move to Chelsea. Football London understands Simons was believed to be an avid follower of Chelsea growing up and even had a trial at Cobham growing up. And then he was a big part of the Barcelona academy. Good vibes, good shape. Xavi is training with his Leipzig teammates at the training camp in Donaueschingen. In the background, work on the Chelsea deal continues. Leipzig still haven't received an official offer from London. That was 2 hours ago now. It's close between Chelsea and Xavi's camp. So let's see. Simons, here we go. No way. No way. Is it really? Wait. Is this happening? Let me refresh. Are you guys just trolling? You guys are trolling me. You guys are trolling me. Where have we heard this? What when is this happening? Where are you guys seeing this? I'm not seeing this anywhere. Simons, here we go. Why are you all saying this? That hasn't happened, is it? If that's the case, Ornstein Bomber, no way. Hang on a minute. Let me just go back to the camera. Is it really? No, I think you guys are trolling. I think I've fallen for it. Yeah, I've fallen for it. David Ornstein has not spoken about anything since Johan Wissa and Victor Gyökeres. You guys got me there for a second. Yeah, you got me. Full on trolling. You little rats. Baited. You win. Your mum said he signed. Chat is capping. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're here to get excited. This is the whole point of the transfer streams, you know? I don't want to ban them because then when it actually happens, you know, I want everyone to spam it. I want everyone to be happy when it actually happens. But until that moment, we will have to wait and see. I think there's still going to be a bit of negotiation, a bit of work done. Hopefully Chelsea can get some kind of verbal agreement across today. It's not going to be a simple deal. Little rats. Felix linked to Ajax. Where are we seeing that? So what are we saying about this Dewsbury Hall poll then? Dewsbury Hall right now, 59% of you are saying keep him. I would happily keep Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. I think he's a very good squad player. Very solid squad player. My take on Victor Osimhen. Fair play, mate. Like, at least he was loved at Galatasaray, and he will continue to be loved at Galatasaray, and he'll continue to be the best player in that league. It's a shame we're not going to see a man of that ability and talent in the Premier League right now, but listen, I'm sure next summer, again, it won't be Chelsea, I don't think, but there'll be a club in the Premier League that want Victor Osimhen next summer. 100%. Chelsea want to sign Benson. What will happen to Trev if we sign Hato? I don't think it has any impact on Trev because Trev is considered as a right-sided centre-half. I think Hato's going to be Colwell's competition and Cucurella's backup too. I mean, what a seriously good player. Keep the lives coming. Mate, I love doing these lives. It's so much fun. Like, it's great to sandwich these lives in between the videos. How long am I in the US for? Just a couple more weeks and then back to the UK for another couple of weeks and have my birthday in the UK with my family and then hopefully go to the first Chelsea game of the season and then Dubai. Who's going to be the next number 11? I think it's going to be Esteval. And that is also something I'm very excited for. When we get like that official Esteval wearing the shirt, man, that is going to hit hard. I feel like this has been like going... I feel like he's always been a Chelsea player. It's been that long since we found out that he is going to join Chelsea. Now he's old enough. Now he's ready. That is going to hit like... I don't know what, mate. It's going to hit like Coke and fries. Just seen that in the chat. At Champong, George and Gu should be loaned to Ajax. I don't think we can do that. Esteval announcement going to explode. Mate, he's just so good. Like, I still haven't really found words to describe how I felt when he scored that goal for Palmeiras in that game, because it was such a good goal. And my initial response was, Sanchez has got to do better. And then the moment I saw it again on the screen in the stadium, I'm like, no, Sanchez can't really do much there, because who's got the right to shoot from that angle with that much venom off the crossbar and in? It's a Brazilian thing. João Pedro then did it in the game after that too. Yeah, well, keep an eye on Mike Maignan too, as he wasn't in the squad today. Achampong should stay, I agree. I think we shouldn't be too carried away yet regarding Reece James. Obviously, he's in a very good run right now of staying fit. But let's hope that continues. Let's see. So Real Madrid want just over 80 million quid for Rodrigo. I mean, I don't know how we can screw this up. If Xavi Simons does want a move to the Premier League and has said that he would join Chelsea, what can go wrong? Bayern bloody Munich, that's what could go wrong. There's also interest. If we take a look at this here, Chelsea will offset their spending with over £200 million in sales. Bayern, Forest, Newcastle and clubs in Italy have all registered an interest in Nkunku. Nottingham Forest wanting Christopher Nkunku. If I was Nkunku, right, I don't think I'd go to Forest. I don't think Forest can compete with what they did last season, personally. Right then, Fabrizio has given us an update here on Hansko, and this will impact Chelsea. Atletico Madrid signed David Hansko from Feyenoord on €30 million fixed fee plus add-ons contract. Also agreed with the defender after Al Nasser deal collapsed. New centre-back for Simeone. So we have, in the space of an hour and a half, David Hansko to Atletico Madrid came into fruition. And now they've got the deal done for €10 million less than what Chelsea have been quoting for Renato Vega. So this is big, because now Chelsea are going to have to find another buyer, because Atletico Madrid will not sign both Vega and David Hansko. So this does make a big impact for Chelsea, because we thought that one was getting closer, because Atletico Madrid were insisting on Renato Vega, and now that is going to fall through. So it was on hold. Now it isn't on hold anymore. They've put the phone down. My fear for Esteval is that he's too small. Trust me, mate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hansko, here we go. If Simons comes, what would be my front three? It wouldn't be a front three, mate. It'd be a front four. What do I think is Xavi Simons' best position? I think we're going to see both him and Palmer used as a 10. Or maybe we kind of see Enzo Fernandez a bit more advanced and then Palmer off the right. There's just so many options. Like, it's actually ridiculously exciting. I wouldn't be too worried about the Renato Vega thing yet, because I do think there'll be other clubs that want him, but I do think that Chelsea will I don't think we're going to get 40 million. Atletico Madrid were getting close to that figure. Leipzig want Carney Chukwuemeka, so I reckon the Simons deal should get done pretty easily. I mean, we say that, but let's see. Still waiting. Guys, I don't know why we need to do the fake here we goes. Like, it's not really that funny, is it? Is it? What are my thoughts on Julian Alvarez? Brilliant footballer. Really, really good player. Kind of wish Chelsea signed him at some point. Bill Fry has come in with a donation. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Thank you for the $10. Just waiting for the comment to pop up on my screen now. I don't know why it's not showing. Sucks I didn't get to run into you at the Philly or New Jersey games. Guess we'll have to plan. Next time with a World Cup, mate. I'm telling you. I said to Alex Goldberg when Chelsea were in the last 16, I said to him, we're going to win the Club World Cup. England are going to win the World Cup, and Chelsea are going to win the Premier League. So we're 1/3 of the way through that. Can Samsung be our front of shirt sponsor? They could be, but whether they will be could be a different story. Let's see what the latest is. Oh, that's so annoying regarding that Amazon order. Any news on when Esteval will arrive to London? I'm not sure. I guess it will be when more players start coming back from holiday, because Chelsea's pre-season kicks off on the 8th of August. We've literally got like a 5-day pre-season, which is mad. But in terms of training, I think the players will be there like maybe next week, or the end of next week, perhaps. It is ridiculous, but I mean, I don't think any of the players would change winning the Club World Cup just to get an extra couple of weeks off holiday, you know? Predictions for the next season. It's going to be flipping crazy, the Premier League next year. I did a video on More GBFC this morning, which, by the way, if you didn't know, the second channel is back up and running again now with daily videos. And I was talking about Liverpool specifically and what it would mean if they do sign Rodrigo. Because I think Liverpool are just going to be incredibly good. But at the same time, maybe they've just made too many first 11 signings. You know, Chelsea's business, I don't necessarily think all of them are going to be starters. I think it's more about the depth that we bring to the team. I think Joao Pedro is going to be a starter. And, I mean, yeah, Joao Pedro and Xavi Simons, I think, would be starters. I don't know if Gittins starts. I think Gittins going to be kind of a backup substitute left back. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Everyone, remember to like the stream. Look at this. I got you lot doing the work for me. Yes, smash the like button for me, guys. I'm loving doing these streams every afternoon for you lot right now. Stop scamming. What are you on about, mate? Do I think Fofana should stay or Chalobah? It's really difficult because I think if we talk about who the better defender is, it might be just about Wesley Fofana. I think Trev's a really good defender, but he's never available. And also, right, let me just get this out there. People on Twitter getting pissed off that people use availability as an argument in a conversation. Like, are you having a laugh, mate? Like, Lionel Messi, if he was injured for 11 months of the year, wouldn't be the best player in the world for the last 10, 15 years, would he? Because he can't play football. So, of course, it's relevant. It's absolutely relevant. If a player is only available for a quarter of the season, that doesn't really help. I find it baffling. Seshko to Chelsea. No, I don't think we need Benjamin Seshko, to be honest. If Benjamin Seshko was to sign for Chelsea, that 100% means that Nkunku, Felix, Jackson and Guiu will leave Chelsea this summer. The best of ability is availability. I mean, I think people have got carried away with that phrase as well. Because that isn't necessarily true. But you've got to be available to start with for it to be, yeah. Messi to Chelsea, here we go. All right, guys, get involved with the poll. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall to Chelsea. Right now, you guys, 50 is so close, man. I'm going to let this poll get to 1,400. 55% of you are saying keep Dewsbury Hall and 45% of you are saying sell. That is very close. I think if Wesley Fofana can stay fit, he's got a hell of a lot to offer Chelsea. Opinions on Pedro Neto. He's going to have a massive season, a huge impact this year. I think he's going to feel like a new signing, Neto. Patty just tweeted that the gap is 10 million, with Leipzig wanting 70 and Chelsea finding 60. Well, look, Chelsea have got to be careful because absolutely what we have seen with Mike Maignan could come into play here. And as much as I still think Mike Maignan will end up at Chelsea, I think we cannot risk that with Xavi Simons because I think Bayern Munich will be there. Bayern Munich will also offer big wages, which would make it difficult for Chelsea. So I think we need to get it done. But obviously, like we said yesterday, Ali Barrett working on this deal could be very key for Chelsea with good relationships with the club. What we saying? Simons wants the Prem. See, this is the thing. If he really wants the Prem, then let's hope that he doesn't get his head turned by some offers from Bayern Munich. Can I make an FPL mini league for Chelsea fan base? You know what? I'm actually going to put my link to the FPL. I was supposed to do this earlier, but you've just reminded me. I'm going to put the link to my Fantasy Premier League in the description. And you guys can all go ahead and join it. I want to see how big I can make this league this year because I've never really taken it seriously, but I feel like I'm going to do that this year. I think I'm going to take it seriously. So let me copy and paste it, and then I will wedge the link to the GBFC FPL in the description. Thank you, Director Dambiz. Think everyone will be a starter. That attack is fire. Absolutely, mate. Appreciate the donation. I'm putting it in there now. Let's put a football so that you guys know what you're looking for. Join GBFC FPL League. Right. All right, that should work. I'll also put it as a comment. GBFC FPL League. And I'll pin that comment too. And see how many of you join. Continue your great work. I will try my best, Squire. Let's get Branthwaite now. I think Branthwaite is staying at Everton. Let me check my phone, see what's happening. Emerson Royale to Besiktas. I must admit, if we actually do get these Hato and Xavi Simons signings done, this would be a very good window for Chelsea. This is my first ever stream I've been at, George. Been supporting for years. Love the content. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Streaming's different. Like, it's doesn't really impact the videos because the videos are like bite-sized chunks and we basically repeat what we say in the videos on the streams, but at least I get to see what you guys think about things in live time. A packet of biscuits for the winner. Now, I'll whatever the Chelsea shirt is next year, I will I'll do some prizes for the FPL for sure. I'll try and make something more official. Let me have a look. Oh, some blueberries would be nice. Please. Just blueberries. Thank you. So to be fair, Patty Altman has got quite a few things right today. And he says this: Maresca wants Xavi Simons at Chelsea and has insisted to buy him before the Bayer Leverkusen game. Leipzig sticking to 70 million, but will accept in the end if it comes down to 60 million euros, which Chelsea think is valuable. I mean, it's difficult, really, isn't it? Like, it's how long's a piece of string kind of pricing. I also feel as though Leipzig have kind of cooked it a little bit with Seshko, now moving his price down by like, what, £25 million? Mental. Have a prize for the top 3 FPL finishers in the Fantasy League. That's a good idea. I think that's a very fair thing to say. Been following me since Ross Barkley was in the starting lineup. That was a while ago. Are Chelsea automatically entered into the Club World Cup as holders? Apparently not. You'd think so. I'm pretty sure if it was Real Madrid, well, they'd win a Champions League probably between now and then anyway, but I'm pretty sure if it was Real Madrid that did it, or that won it, they'd probably have that as a rule. How do you donate? Do you know what? I don't really know. I think it's either really easy or I don't know. There's like a little, I think, $sign. I think Xavi Simons is a perfect fit for Chelsea. Perfect fit. But I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10 window, because I can't say it's a 10 out of 10 window until we've sold more players, because we do have a lot of players still that we need to offload. It's all right. Argentina are not in the next World Cup. That's also true. It's a very fair point, actually. Thank you very much. Thank you. Got some blueberries, guys. Fresh from the farm shop. Leo, I agree. I think those are the players that I would sell to. I should do a Chelsea career mode stream. Man, that's actually such a good idea too. I'm definitely going to do a Football Manager one. Wow, apparently Ajax wants 60 million euros for Jorrel Hato. That's ridiculous. He's flipping 19 years old and he's a left back, for goodness sake. Will I sign Osimhen? No. All right, I'm going to end this poll now. And I want to do one now about Rodgers or Simons. So 55% of you say keep Dewsbury Hall and 45% say sell. So let's do another one. Let's see what you guys say to this. Can only sign one. Simons, Rodgers. I feel like we've done this poll before, but I'm going to do it again now. Make sure you get involved with the vote. Any news on Simons? Right now, no. It's all gone quiet, which isn't always a worry. But it was the same this time yesterday, to be fair. The latest this morning was that Chelsea were continuing talks and it was positive. Wow. 73% of you are saying you'd rather have Simons than Rodgers. That is a surprise. That's a big surprise. Get involved with the vote if you haven't already. Okay, so there is an update from Fabrizio here. Let me get this up now. So the latest from Fabrizio regarding this. Hansko to Atletico deal with Renato Vega on hold won't stop Chelsea in talks for Jorrel Hato. Chelsea want Hato and negotiations are well underway with Ajax after players' green light. Deal absolutely on, as exclusively reported today. So the deal for Hato to Chelsea is on. And Renato Vega's deal to Atletico Madrid collapsing, which could technically have created a bit of a problem for Chelsea, because that was 40 million euros of money that we anticipated having, which would be almost the fee for Jorrel Hato. But the deal is on for Hato to Chelsea. Big news and a good update there from Fabrizio Romano. To be fair, Chelsea have wanted Jorrel Hato for the whole window, so this is something that isn't exactly breaking news. It didn't shock me this morning, basically. It was just a matter of time, I think, before Chelsea went in properly for Jorrel Hato. But this would be a good deal. Oh, that was so sour. Oh. Do I think Xavi Simons' potential purchase is a low risk or a high risk? I think for less than 60 million quid, I think it's a low risk. Everywhere he's been, he's done very well. First time being in the live. Well done so far. Thank you, mate. I enjoy doing these lives. We've been live for nearly an hour already. It doesn't feel like that. It's just too easy for time to pass. Swap Hato with Vega. Oh, these blueberries are so sour. I don't think Ajax are interested. Do I think that Rodgers is overrated? Absolutely not. Get involved with the poll. Sanchez has earned the spot. He's our number one. I mean, at the moment, I'm happy with Robert Sanchez because of recent form. So it's all good to say recency bias in a good way and also a negative way, but recently he's been good. I'm not gonna lie. I need to stop saying that phrase. So that is a good update from Fabrizio there regarding Jorrel Hato. Dutch journalists are saying it's only a matter of time. Who's taking Jorgensen? I don't think Jorgensen's going anywhere. Get involved with the poll, guys. Get involved. Xavi Simons or Morgan Rodgers, one of the two. I'm going to say that someone's spamming Jorgensen is best because he's from Denmark. Why still have interest in Garnacho? I mean, look, Fabrizio said it earlier in a video, I think, on Instagram, that Chelsea might not even be done with attacking signings, even if we sign Xavi Simons. Which is actually mad if you think about it, because that would be how many new attackers? Delap, João Pedro, Esteval, Gittins, Simons. And then if we sign Garnacho, that's 6 new attackers. Am I missing someone? It'd be mad. Mad. Sincerely speaking, there is a player in there with Garnacho. 100%, man. There is definitely a good footballer in there. The problem is he's just not done himself any favours when it comes to trust that he's not going to be a problematic signing. And the squad harmony is massive right now for Chelsea, and it's so good, and it's in a very good, well positioned spot. Which is nice. But yeah, the attitude does make you ask a few questions, that's for sure. I think the problem with Sanchez sometimes is that he just looks as though he just switches off and zones out mentally from games, which is when he makes mistakes. Didn't I name my cat after Mason Mount? Well, Mason the dog was named after Mason Mount. Never get stadium nachos. Oh, in America, you'd be lucky to even get the flipping nachos, mate. The queues, run out of water, run out of food, disgrace. Okay, I don't know if this is actually an accurate source. I'm going to read this out now. I don't know if this is exactly 100% true. Exclusive. This is from Secret. No, it's not. No. I'm not going to read that out. I don't think that's true. Let me look at... Secret Scout is usually a good source. Let's have a look. He's not said anything. They both do have so much energy on the pitch. Absolutely spot on. I think that's the thing that is most exciting, particularly about Xavi Simons, is he might not be the fastest player over long bursts, but like when do Chelsea ever need... Well, I mean, we do actually, because Nicholas Jackson's done the big long sprint many a time. But that wouldn't be what Xavi Simons' role is. So over short distances, his speed is very good. His athleticism is high. He's only 22 as well, and Hato's only 19, and he's already a specimen. God, can you guys tell how flipping sour these blueberries are? They're making me cry. Well, they're not actually, but... Antonio Silva expensive. Yeah, I think Chelsea's priority shouldn't be centre-back, and Hato is also a centre-back, so we should see that as a centre-back signing also. Man, I think Felix and Nkunku have had their chance here. Thank you, Oscar, for the 15 Hong Kong dollars. How many centre-backs can we have for rotation? Well, in my book, we've got Colwill, Tosin, Chalobah, Fofana, Badiashile, and now Jorrel Hato. So that's 6 centre-backs. I wouldn't be too disappointed if we sold Benoit Badiashile, but from what we're hearing at the moment, he's going to stay at Chelsea and he's still supported by the club and Maresca. So if that's the case, then I think that's all of the centre-backs you need. Very Thick Hog is back again. We should take the risk on Sanchez for one more year. Thank you for the donation, mate. Right now, it's easy to say that because he had a very good Club World Cup and a very good end to the season, to be fair. So he's very much on like an upward curve right now, Sanchez. But it's going to take a lot to undo the mistakes that we saw last season at countless different times. Distribution's definitely got better, and I think that's also been helped by the fact that Maresca's kind of alleviated some of that pressure on playing the ball out from the back. Like there was a period of time last season where fans were booing the moment it was a goal kick because we knew that we were going to be under pressure and just trying only to pass the ball out from the back. Like, Maresca's been very adaptable in the way that he's changed that approach. I also remember one of you guys were the first person to say to me that Chelsea have a very weird goal kick kickoff routine where we just give it to Sanchez, then he hoofs it long, and then we immediately surrender possession, basically. It's not as weird as the PSG one where they knock it straight out for a throw-in deep inside your half, but look at my hair coming out the front of my hat. Hato's agent said we started talking. Yeah, we've known that for a little while, though. Big Mike on a free. I mean, we can't sign Maignan in January on a free, but we can sign a pre-contractual agreement with him in January. Whatever happened to Washington? Again, I think it's another one of those signings that is, we're going to spend a fair amount of money on him. One day we might get that money back. Like, some of them won't work that way. Like, you can't hit the nail on the head every single time. But as long as you do more often than you don't, you make money. I want Chalobah to stay too. Thank you, Tung Lee, for the donation. Hey, George, found your channel during the Club World Cup and love your content. I hope you guys have enjoyed the US. How long are you staying here for? Until the end of the month, and I appreciate you enjoying the content throughout the Club World Cup. We've actually gained a lot of new subscribers in the last sort of month and a half, 2 months of the tournament. I think we've got like 15,000 new subs since the start of the tournament, which is pretty mad. Thank you, Milan, for the donation. Thanks for the updates. What's the news on Simons? Any news on selling Sterling and Chilwell? Need to get rid of those wages. Well, apparently Bayer Leverkusen were not actually interested in Sterling, so I don't know where that came from, but apparently they're not interested. But Juventus are interested in Sterling still, so that could be good. The latest on Xavi Simons is that the club are in talks with Leipzig, and if we are led to believe everything that we're reading right now, there is just a bit of a disparity right now in the price. Chelsea want to spend 60 million euros and Leipzig are asking for 70. So 75% of you are saying Xavi Simons over Morgan Rogers. I'm pretty sure whenever we've done a stream before this transfer window, everyone has wanted Morgan Rogers to come to Chelsea. $70 million a bargain for Xavi. I mean, look, some people think it's a bargain. Some people think it's overpaying. I don't know. But he's been very good for the last 3 years at both PSV and Leipzig. By the way, has anyone tried to join the FPL? Because that code should work in the pinned comment. Let me check. You joined. Okay, cool. Nice. Has anyone found my team yet? That's the question. Because I think I'm going to need to change it. It's a team of players that I like, which is obviously the wrong way to play FPL. Do I have a code for the FPL? I mean, there's a link there. Let me see if I have a code. Thank you, Director Danbiz, for the donation. Let me see. How do I find the code? I'm such a loser when it comes to FPL stuff. But surely, if you click that link, it should just let you join. The code will do. I don't know what this code is. Let me try and find it. Okay, the GBFC League. Okay, the code is this. See if I can edit my comment. FPL League code. And then if I do that, copy, paste, bosh. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like literally the same as what I just posted, but okay. What's going to happen to Tyreek George? I think he's going to go on loan, and I think that would be the best thing for him right now. Nothing from Ornstein in 2 days. Huh. Garnacho's celebrating under Marcus Rashford's post about Barcelona. Like, Garnacho is still a Manchester United player, man. I know he's probably genuinely happy for his teammate, but oh dear. How is the food in the US? To be honest, I eat at home most of the days because Georgie's a very good cook. Oh, I'd love one now. Yeah, I'm really hungry. Please. Love you too. Blowing kisses to my girlfriend whilst I'm streaming to my audience. What a life. You don't want that brat Garnacho. I think I've seen that word happen a lot, to be honest. I've seen the word brat come up frequently. Does anyone actually think Nkunku could go to Nottingham Forest? Surely he wouldn't want to go there. Next poll, should we get Garnacho? I mean, I'm going to ask that now because I'm pretty sure I know what the answer is. The link doesn't open. It's so weird. For some people it does, for some people it doesn't. If you've tried to click the link, please let me know if it worked or not, because it's kind of a problem if people can't join. Okay, so let's end the poll. 75% of you want Xavi Simons now over Morgan Rogers. And let me ask you this. Do you want Garnacho at Chelsea? Yes or no? Simple poll. I think I know what the answer is going to be, but I would be interested to see how many people do want Garnacho at Chelsea. The boos ring out for that bell-end Garnacho. Oh, my God. Oh, that's funny. 10% say yes. If we sign Simons, people won't be bothered about Garnacho. The thing is, right, like I just think, why would you sign another player who would be third choice on the left wing? Maybe even fourth choice, to be fair. Why would you buy someone who you know is already going to be potentially problematic in the dressing room? And also, if you're Garnacho, right, Chelsea surely becomes an incredibly unappealing move if you know that you're playing behind Gittins, Simons, and Giovanni Quender's coming next year as well. Like, it makes no sense. The only way it would make sense is if it's one of those market opportunities. And then, for instance, if he actually was to come in and play well, then we know that we can sell him for even more. And it could just be another one of those deals where we sell him a year later. There's also Kendry Pyers too. Yeah, there's so many players that could potentially come in. Which team is mine? Just have a guess. The name of my team is probably the most easily guessable thing going. Oh, my leg's going stiff. And Quenda next season, exactly. Just do a little roundup of the news, see what there is. Well, finally, Ashley Young is no longer going to be a Premier League footballer. He is joining Ipswich. Okay, so we've got 500 votes on the poll, and it's 90% are saying no for Garnacho. I swear whenever I start streaming, like all of the updates kind of stop coming in. Which is why I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer today. I'm going to have some lunch, and I'm going to keep streaming while we have lunch, and then I'm going to go out. Yeah, let's have a look at this. So, Alejandro Garnacho celebrating under Rashford's post for his move to Barcelona, ... while he's also prepared to leave Man United this summer. And you can see Rashford. By the way, I think Marcus Rashford's going to do very well at Barcelona. Garnacho, let's go. 5,611 likes with over 250 replies to his comments. And if you've just joined the stream, make sure you smack a like on the stream, by the way. Subscribe if you are new. The latest news regarding Jorrel Hato to Chelsea is that the Hansko to Atletico deal, which stopped Atletico Madrid buying Renato Vega, will not stop Chelsea in talks with Jorrel Hato. Chelsea want Hato, and the negotiations are well underway with Ajax after players' green light. Deal absolutely on, as exclusively reported today. And that has been seen by 420,000 people in 20 minutes from Fabrizio. This guy is actually so famous, it's a joke. Yo, what is this? Why is everybody spamming Elanga? Elanga or Madueke? Elanga's gone to Newcastle, mate. Both went for very similar prices. Hato is 182 centimeters. That's 6 foot, isn't it? Like bang on 6 foot. Why is everyone spamming Elanga? Oh, okay, you're asking the questions. Well, get involved with the poll, guys. Do you want to see Garnacho at Chelsea this summer? I don't think I've ever seen such a bad piece of feedback for a potential signing, to be fair. 89% of people are clearly saying no to Garnacho. Fabrizio is by far the most famous journalist. But I'll say this, right? I think if David Ornstein actually had like a catchphrase, because with Fabrizio, there's a lot of it is about branding too. Like the here we go thing is just a staple part of like any transfer deal now. Like people kind of like just wait and wait and wait, and then they hear it and it's kind of like a yes, and then it's a relief, and then it's an excitement, like all of those things. Bro, please stop spamming, man. I don't know why people do that. Like I literally spend my whole life when I'm streaming reading the chat. Yeah, David Ornstein basically he only tweets when it's done. So there's very rarely a mistake, or it very rarely goes wrong. Bayern have called interest in Simons. If that's the case, then we know that Chelsea are on the verge of completing a deal. I want to try and move this microphone so I can sit back, because this is hurting my back, leaning forward like this. Okay. It's not as easy as it looks because it automatically goes over here. Oh, I want to be back here and then zoom in, but I can't. Yes to Garnacho, the next CR7. I mean, look, Garnacho could explode. And I've said this every day, literally, for the last, I don't know how many weeks now. Like, the last 2 weeks. Garnacho is... There's a good player in there, but there's also just a bit of an idiot in there. Do you know what I mean? And I mean that in the sense of there's just idiotic moments that as a professional, I just even this whole Rashford thing, like at this point in time, right, when you've just got this reputation of just constantly stirring the pot, like why don't you just not post a comment on Rashford's post? You know what I mean? Like, let's go is clearly like, he knows what he's doing. That's the thing. Hey, CB1 Millie, my guy. Thank you for the donation, bro. Keep smashing it, legend. Make Chelsea great again. If you guys don't know, make sure you go and follow CB1 Millie. This guy's doing bits. And we also need to find a way to send him back that $5 because this man has spent a lot of money on this Chelsea tour. Some brilliant content posted on all platforms. Appreciate it, mate. Any updates on Hato? The latest update is that Renato Vega not happening is not going to impact Chelsea's capacity to buy Jorrel Hato. Thierry, thank you for the €6. Who wouldn't want a lad who wears CR7 boxers? Well, you said it, not me. I mean, do you reckon? He does, doesn't he? He just does. I think we need a striker and send Gio on loan. Well, we've got a couple of those. We've got a couple of strikers. We've got a bit of Liam Delap, a little bit of Joao Pedro. Blueco messed up big time being greedy over Vega. Do you know what? Like, if we don't end up selling him this window, then I think you can conclude that. But to say that now just because a deal to one club has not gone through, thank you, darling. What we got?
Chicken and a whole bunch of fillings, but I didn't want to make it too runny inside because it will dribble everywhere. So, but it does have hummus, hot sauce, some beetroot. So careful with the beetroot. Look inside.
Are you guys hearing this? Look.
Do you want me to try and zoom in so you can sit back, G?
No, because this won't.
Oh, that one.
Nah. It's all right, thank you. We got some chicken wraps, everyone. See, if it wasn't for having a supportive wife by my side, I'd have had to end the stream and go and eat because I'm bloody hungry.
Should I try and make some pepper dip, actually? Okay, so don't eat too fast.
I'm telling you now. I know that you guys don't like me eating on stream, right? But trust me. Like, I genuinely don't know anybody who gets better food than I do in the world. I'm telling you. That is so good.
You like it?
Yeah. Mad good. W's in the chat. Food to George's belly. Here we go, says bruv. Thank you, Elias Savant. Love your content, Benson. Thank you for it. You reckon Garnacho's attitude would disrupt the current Chelsea squad? See, this is the thing. There's so many debates that you could have here that he might do, he might not do. Maybe a move to Chelsea is exactly what he needs. Maybe being toned down a peg with players that I think are better than him could actually help him. But at the same time, it could also go very badly wrong. And the last thing we need right now is to unnecessarily sign an extra player when we've already got reinforcements in that exact position. And then if he doesn't play and he starts kicking up a fuss and causing a problem, like we literally just walked into the eye of the storm. Thank you, Simone, for the €6 donation. Super Chat's flying in. Oh, hey, CB. You've started the train. Hi, George, and a big hug to everyone in the chat. I'm a huge Chelsea fan from Italy. I know we are going to have a great season. Can you drop a little message to the Mandem in Turin and ask them to put in a nice little £20 million bid for Sterling, please? No worries if you can't. Anyway, Another mouthful of the old scran is coming through. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Have I read the new book, Sanctioned? Yes, I have. And to be fair, people, if you actually read the book, like actually read it, don't just listen to people's opinions who have read it. Actually read it for yourself. And it makes you realize, right, what we're experiencing right now, we're pretty lucky even. You know, like it was an absolute disaster, really, what was happening to the club. Wow. You're currently making a vegan curry. Get some steak in there, mate. Sorry. Shouldn't stir the pot with that one, should I? Mmm. So, I've just seen there, you've gained massive support here from Kenya. We love your content. So I'll let you guys into a secret. I may or may not be planning some kind of like trip / tour. Maybe. To this part of the world. Or maybe a couple of parts of the world in that area. To make some Chelsea content. Mmm. Mmm. This is unreal.
Yep.
Thank you. Look, we got some spicy feta dip now as well. Homemade.
Also, the lettuce inside is from the garden.
Ah. Mmm. Oh, man. Did I go to Vegas and get married? No. No. Mm. Unreal. Tosin came to Nigeria today. Yep, saw that. He's on holiday. Can I gain weight by watching you eat? I don't know, mate. Depends what you're doing yourself. If you're sat there with a Red Bull or a Coca-Cola or a giant bowl of nachos, you might do. I feel like the quietness that we've got right now is going to change very soon. I feel like there's going to be some news that drops soon. Here is some information regarding Hugo Ekitike. Ekitike joins Liverpool from Frankfurt on a 6-year contract. 80 million fixed fee with 10 million easy add-ons and a 5 mil difficult add-ons as package for the French striker. Okay, I'm going to make a prediction. Watch this be reported very differently by Sky. Like, Sky will make sure that that price is as low as possible. A here we go is coming. I can feel it. I think we're going to get some kind of verbal agreement. That's for sure. I flipping hope so. Wow. What a wrap. $90 million. To be fair, right, I think Ekitike is going to do well. But to spend that much money is outrageous. 95 million euros is the total, which will probably equate to around 85 million quid. And when it says difficult add-ons, like, let's be honest, Liverpool could quite easily win the Premier League again. They're not going to, because we are. But They very easily could. Pedro deal looking better every day. Honestly, the price Chelsea paid for João Pedro, in the end, at first I was not convinced. And I've said this to you, I don't mind. I want to be proven wrong, you know? I want signings that I don't think are the right signings to end up being the right signings. Of course I flipping do. Unreal. Is there an update? Yeah, you're trolling, mate. Contract valid until June 2034. No, there's no here we go yet. Not yet. Not to say we won't get it. Guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you do smack a like on the stream. We are closing in on 1,000 of the best, which will be the highest like stream we've had this week. It looks proper authentic until it wasn't yet. Some people are pretty good at writing their little fake messages. You got me earlier, to be fair. There were so many of you doing it at once with the here we go that I genuinely did believe that it was true. I really, really want this package from Amazon to come. I don't know when it is going to, though. So they said they're going to try again tomorrow for the headphones and the audio interface. And the other stuff, the cables, are saying that it's held for pickup at the carrier location, but that's not what they told me on support earlier. They said they were going to try again later today. But yeah, we'll see. Xavi Simons. The latest is Chelsea's still in talks, but we don't have anything definitive yet. Nothing yet. Here we go. Hopefully soon. Do not forget the FPL Mini League. It's literally a pinned comment, I think. It should be a pinned comment. Let me double check. It should be right there. Yeah, it's literally a pinned comment. So there's been 1,200 votes. Do you want Garnacho at Chelsea? Bearing in mind this is virtually 100% Chelsea fans in this stream. 87% of you are saying no. 87% of people don't want us to buy him. Fabrizio Facebook. Let me have a look. I don't really use Facebook. As if he's got 26 million on Facebook too. What the hell, man? Deal signed right now. More follows. Well, that was 7 minutes ago. So maybe... Is that after the Hansko deal was announced? Because, yeah, we got the here we go for Hansko nearly an hour ago now. So maybe there is a Chelsea deal to talk about. So we're not leaving the stream yet, okay? I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer. George enjoying his wife's food whilst we are... But just so you know, we're not married. But while we're here waiting for the here we go for Simons and Hato, well, I'm also waiting for the same thing. But I'm just eating very good food at the same time. So basically, we're winning in life right now. We're doing well. Wonder who it will be. Well, there's been a lot of talk today, and at the moment, it's he's being the pantomime villain right now, Fabrizio, where we're just keeping all of that information to ourselves. We've had the announcement from Hugo Ekitike at Liverpool. Oh, wow. So the deal could have been Alexander Stankovic. This actually might have been what it is. Club Brugge and Inter have now signed all documents for Alexander Stankovic deal, €10 million fee with 2 different buyback clauses and sell-on clause variable. Club Brugge have signed Inter Milan's Alexander Stankovic. Fair play. Garnacho just followed Chelsea on Instagram. I don't like it when people do all of this stuff. It's bloody weird that people are checking up on all these things all the time. Just find it really odd, but I guess people have got to do what they got to do to get the insight. Where is the coolest place that I have visited following Chelsea around the world? Baku is very cool. Like, I don't think I'd ever go back to Baku again, purely because I've got no reason to, and there's other places I'd rather go. But Baku for the final against Arsenal was sensational. Like, I think the night before the game, it was like a amazing wrap with goodness knows what in it, chicken wrap, and a pint for like £1.50. And it was beautiful. Like, Baku is incredibly clean. It's in the middle of nowhere. And then in order to leave Baku, I was on the way to Barcelona afterwards. And I had to go via the middle of Russia to get to Barcelona. And that was one of the worst flights I've ever had. Simons, here we go. Not yet. Not yet. Wait. Nah, you're all doing it again. You're all doing it again. I can imagine a couple of you messaging one another, just being like, let's get him. Let's go after Benson. Let's fake a here we go. There is not a here we go right now for Xavi Simons. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. And it's still not bad news because it's currently no news. Yeah, I reckon that these are all like friends that are all like, yeah, 3, 2, 1, press it. Oh, what about in America? To be fair, Atlanta's so cool. And again, Atlanta's not really a place that I ever had on my must go here list. But the food's amazing. The people are so cool. Very friendly. The weather's pretty fun in Atlanta. It's like hot and then they get these big ass storms out of nowhere and then it's sunny again. Like, it's very cool. Computer crash for as long as it takes to sign Victor, mate. We're over it now. We are over Victor Osimhen. We've put it to bed a long time ago. Bayern fan here. Do I think Bayern will hijack Xavi Simons' deal? I think they're going to have a part to play in it. But I think if anything, if Xavi Simons has said that he wants to go to the Premier League and he wants to go to Chelsea, then if anything, Bayern's interest might just put the price up a little bit. Go back to Chicago. I need to give Chicago another chance at some point. I'm not going to be able to go back this trip, but I'm really enjoying Vermont at the moment. Most welcome to Dubai. Well, in this time next month, I'll be on my way. Will this be a breakthrough season for Malo Gusto? I mean, I think Malo Gusto's breakthrough season was under Poch. I think last season he just stagnated a little bit, but I think Maresca might have unlocked him again now. Okay. I'm going to wait until 3 o'clock, which is 8 p.m. UK time. I'm going to see if we get anything at 3, at 8. And then I think I'll call it a day for the stream in like 20 minutes. I just want to get outside. The weather's good. But it is eerily quiet around here, isn't it? You just want to tell me that Ekitike is a Liverpool red. I don't care. Like, I think people are confused. Like, I never really wanted Ekitike at Chelsea that much either. And if you can find a clip of me on the channel where I was like, yeah, I really want Chelsea to sign Ekitike, then I'll be surprised, because I'm pretty sure I have never said it. So the fact that Liverpool have spent 95 million euros, and yes, I'm going to quote the full price because somebody in the media has to talk about the actual prices that Liverpool are paying, not the underinflated ones. Meanwhile, all of Chelsea's add-ons get included in all of the reports to make us look like we just go and spend loads of money. Yeah, I think 95 million euros, for that money, for a striker, you've got to be 20 goals a season minimum. And if you don't get 20 goals a season, then was it worth it? Go and enjoy Vermont. To be fair, every day I've been on like a really cool walk somewhere, which was nice. This morning I was up at 5:30, and then I walked the dog that we're looking after. My FPL team is GBFC. If you join the GBFC League, which hopefully you have already, you can scroll through. There's quite a lot of people in there already. There's a few hundred, I think, have already joined. Also, guys, we do have a new partner on the channel. If any of you guys are into CBD products, I have a discount code, Benson40 at Supreme CBD, using the link in the description of this live stream. Let's have a little look. Apparently, Xavi Simons was a really big Chelsea fan as a kid. I mean, I've read this in a few places too, and obviously these things that we hear are always very nice to hear, but whether or not it's true is up for debate. But Chelsea were interested in Xavi Simons when he was, how old was he at the time? I think he was 12 in 2014. Chelsea wanted to sign him for the academy then, which is interesting now that we're back in for him all these years later, when his career has, I guess, taken off. But I'd also say with Xavi Simons, he's kind of just waiting for that takeoff move, you know? Leipzig's obviously a decent-sized club in Germany. It's not quite Bayern Munich. But I think the Chelsea move would be his biggest yet, that's for sure. When am I coming back? Coming back where? I used to play for Thatcham Tornadoes in goal. Jorrel Hato deal might happen today. Xavi, no. I think you're right. I think if there's going to be one deal that could get done today, it's definitely going to be Jorrel Hato. Simons maybe before the end of the week. It's just been a very quiet day with Xavi Simons. I thought yesterday we were going to begin club-to-club talks. I wonder what the hold-up is, or if there is a hold-up. Maybe there's just a lot going on right now and Chelsea trying to keep it under wraps. which would make sense considering Bayern Munich are there, Arsenal are interested too. Other clubs could also come in for Xavi Simons too. He's a very highly sought after footballer. But we've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes until 8 p.m. UK time. I wonder. Coming back to Bali? No. Been here all stream. You're the real one. For real. Any update on the front of shirt sponsor? Not right now. Last we heard on the front of shirt sponsor was that there were between 7 and 10 companies that Chelsea were talking to. What is the latest on Hato and Simons? The latest on Jorrel Hato is that Chelsea is still in talks. And if anything, I think that might be a closer deal than Xavi Simons. I'm currently eating some nachos with some spicy feta dip. Thank you, Ahmed, for the €5. I'm afraid that Vega to Atleti deal off jeopardise our pursuit of Hato. What do I think? I don't think they're relevant. Fabrizio has spoken about that. Aren't I worried about the Bundesliga thing? I mean, look, you can't ignore it. It's what it is, you know. Let me just put this up on the screen again. This was the latest, nearly an hour ago now. Hansko to Atletico deal with Renato Vega on hold won't stop Chelsea in talks with Jorrel Hato. Chelsea want Hato and negotiations are well underway with Ajax after players' green light. Deal absolutely on, as exclusively reported today. And this is all over the span of, 8 to 12 hours that we've been talking about Jorrel Hato to Chelsea. So if Fabrizio's still saying here that the deal is on, I'm not going to turn my nose up and say that it's off. Thank you for the donation. Is there a chance we go for Rodrigo? No, I think that ship has sailed, and I don't really think the ship was ever there, to be honest. I mean, there was rumours and links that Chelsea wanted Rodrigo, and I think more than anything else, I would have liked it to have been true. But also, I think we have managed to find alternative players here that absolutely fit what Maresca wants to do. So, to be linked with Xavi Simons for about 20 million less than what Rodrigo would cost, maybe 25, 30 million less. Because as good as a footballer Rodrigo is, he still hasn't got the most incredible record when it comes to goals scored. But again, there's a lot of players this summer that I think will move, and then we'll be talking about better players because they moved. Rodrigo to Spurs. Well, we were live yesterday when that was coming out, and that was the biggest load of bullshit ever. Bucci again, why are clubs letting Chelsea sign a beautiful talent like Xavi Simons? Please, he's too talented and beautiful of a player to be going to Chelsea. Honestly, and for that quoted amount, he's damn cheap. Well, there you go. And he ain't wrong. The club are moving in the right direction. I absolutely agree. I think the movements that we're making in this transfer window, even the attempts to sell the certain players that we're trying to sell, it's all decisions I agree with. And I think it bodes well for us moving forward. All right, we're 1 minute to go until 8 p.m. UK time. Let's see. Let's see if we get anything here. If I could only pick one of Simons or Hato to get done, who would you pick? That's a really difficult question because, if anything, we probably need... I don't know. I think it's got to be Simons still. I think he's too good of a player for me to not say Xavi Simons. All right, it's 8 p.m. UK time right now. Let's see if anything comes through here. I know what you guys are already planning your messages. We could keep Renato Vega, but I think it's been made very clear that we're not going to do that. Stanislav, thank you for the donation. I think hold up with Xavi Simons in because of Chukwuemeka transfer to Leipzig. Maybe there's a hold up there for that reason. Could be true. I see you all. It's the same names, man. You make it too obvious. You all make it too obvious because you all literally said the same things just before. Hato, there we land. Hato, here we go at 10:14 p.m. UK time. That would be great, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what will happen. As soon as I end this live stream, something will happen. I guarantee you. Gee, how are you doing?
Good.
When do you want to go?
I'm easy. I can work for a bit.
I think we should go soon while it's still hot.
Up to you. Yeah, go and stream in a bit or stream again later. I'm easy.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream because I'm actually going to go out and enjoy the sun. And if you didn't know, we've already uploaded 2 videos today. There's also been a short video uploaded, and you've had a near 2-hour live stream right now. So there might be a video again later on if anything happens soon regarding Jorrel Hato or Xavi Simons to Chelsea. I'm going to go and swim in a lake, I think. And 86% of people don't want Garnacho at Chelsea. So with that being said, guys, before you leave, smack a like on the stream if you can. We are almost at 1,000 likes. So if you can hit the like button and send us over there, that would be absolutely fantastic. And fingers crossed, Chelsea can get the job done for both Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons. We are linked very heavily to both players. We're in talks with both Ajax and RB Leipzig right now, with Chukwuemeka potentially moving to RB Leipzig as well. 2 videos have been uploaded already today, so make sure you check those videos out and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will see you guys in a wee bit.